Hey, George, what do we talk about on today's episode? Oh, it's really, really simple. We talk about how Kevin Costner is going to absolutely destroy your business if you let him, but there's a way to save it, still like him, and then become a fan of the show Yellowstone because it's a dope show and I could never be mad at Kevin Costner. So don't let him destroy your business, and listen to this episode to find out how. So without further ado, let's cue the intro. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Mind of George Show. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how Kevin Costner is going to absolutely destroy your business. But the truth is that I watch a movie from 1989 single-handedly get in the way of most people's success. Yep, I'm talking about Field of Dreams. Here's my quote for you today. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Field of Dreams is bullshit. If you build it, they won't come. If you build it, you have to go find them, grab them by the hand, and lead them to your promised land. And if they decide to let go, don't kidnap them, let them go. But if they hold on, bring them all the way back to where you have to go. Now listen, I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I've been in this game of leadership and playing this game since 2002. And there's one mistake, that if I go back to absolutely every single dark time, every painful time, every challenging time that I have had as an entrepreneur, it all had absolutely one thing in common. And it's that I built something or I didn't, but either way, I sat there and waited for someone, something, or whatever else could possibly be to come save me. Oh, this isn't working. Let me wallow in my crap. Let me sit down and talk about how I lost all these millions of dollars and this happened and no one's coming to save me. Or the inverse of that is, hey, I have an idea. Let me spend 3 months in silence building this product, building this course, designing this, get no feedback, and then tell the world about it a day after I finished and expect them all to buy. Because when you think about Kevin Costner destroying your business, he's obviously not destroying your business. I love him. Yellowstone's my favorite show, by the way. It's one of the reasons I moved to Montana. But if you think about it, a lot of people do this, and they do it in one of two areas. Number one, they stay stuck. They do things behind closed doors and expect the outside world to know or see and to give them something in return. Or number two is they go make a product, a service, or an offering, and they obsess about it. And they live in it, and they breathe it, and they spend months away from the world building it for it to then fall on deaf ears because there was never a way for it to happen. They sit there and they build a baseball field when the sport that they're playing is soccer. And so when you think about this, you have to make sure that you're never building something and expecting people to come, that you're never sitting here passively waiting for it to show up. The law of attraction doesn't mean you sit here singing Kumbaya and everything shows up. It's that you sit here, you get crystal clear on what you want, and then you go out and get it. You go out and get it because the secret to your success is intentional action every single day. So here's what I want to ingrain in your brain. I want it tattooed on your soul. I want you telling everybody forever, if you want, hey, George said the Field of Dreams is bullshit. If you build it, they won't come. We got to go find them. Kevin Costner is going to destroy my business. In this moment, I could go disappear into my office for 5 hours and quote unquote research and watch YouTube videos and Instagram videos and design this perfect post or this perfect video that nobody asked for and then post it and get bummed that nobody responded and it didn't work because it wasn't built the right way. And so I spent 5 hours in inaction to then take a action to get evidence and results that I still don't know what I'm doing. I need to come back in my office and disappear even longer and create this nasty self-fulfilling cycle that basically leads to stagnation. And so here's the secret. Your job is to create a product, a service, an offering, or whatever it is that you do to help your ideal client achieve their goal. You can't blindly design something in the dark without feedback, without iteration, or without iteration and expect it to be a good product. You have to show it to the world. You have to ask them questions. You have to get feedback. You have to come out from behind the screen. You have to come out the dark door, and you have to spend your life in momentum and in action in the real world on the field you're supposed to play on, building the things, making adjustments, and iterating it while protecting your path forward over and over and over and over and over again. That's your job. You can be a coach. I coach lots of coaches. I'm a coach. I could sit here all day and I could spend 6 months designing the perfect coaching program and then go try to find people to fit into it. Doesn't normally work. Or I can tell you that I can help you get to your after state when you tell me what it is, and then I design it with you, and after you're there, I have a clear path of how I got you there, and then I replicate it again and replicate it again and replicate it again, and I build it through the real world feedback and iterations that come. And so I'm saying this and I'm spending 5 minutes talking about this because inaction and stagnation will kill you. It is choosing to slowly die. No one's coming to save you. If you do a Facebook post and nobody comes, go find them. If you do an Instagram post and you don't have followers, go find them. If you want to build a product, find the people who would need the product and build it with them. If you want to design a new physical product, find a focus group of people who would use that product and get their feedback to help you design it, bring them into the process. Don't do this alone. Nothing comes from isolation. Nothing comes from seclusion. Do you really think that Apple somehow every single time a product comes out, quote unquote, accidentally leaks the product? Think about that. You ever notice that every single time there's a launch, about 6 to 8 weeks prior, somehow someone hacked Apple and got the photos and they released them, but yet Apple's lawyers never make them take them down, and then they run PR press about how they leaked and we can't deny and we discourage this and we're going after them, but they never go after them and they never take them down. Do you think that's an accident? No. They're gauging your response. They're seeing what you say. They're seeing how excited you are. They're running basically leaks and messaging by you so they can adjust it to get the maximum return. It's all done on purpose. Because if Apple disappeared for a year and built this new thing and came out tomorrow and said, hey, it's here, nobody would buy it. Nobody. And so here's the thing I want you to remember. Field of dreams is bullcrap. If you build it, they don't come. But I'm going to talk about momentum right now really quickly before I get into the rest of this podcast because I got to keep following my own rules, and I'm going to read some podcast reviews. So listen, we're at 195 podcast reviews from the moment you're listening to this. I want to be at 300 in the next month. So go review the podcast for me. Jeez. I pour out so much energy, enthusiasm, confidence, and passion in this show that you can borrow all of it and succeed. And so give me some back, home skizzles. So here's what we got. I'm just randomly going through. We're going to start with Laura Wheat Doshare. I've listened to marketers for years, and nothing anyone said 100% landed with me. Something was always missing. What I was being taught was to give my audience something that wasn't really from me. Oh, how perfect. What George teaches is different because of his authenticity. He teaches you to connect to yourself, and that is your magic, and that will cause your success. I got soulful clarity. George is a beacon of possibility. I'm thankful for Chris Benetti for introducing me to George's content. I think I've read that one, but I'm good. I'll keep scrolling. We'll go to eRoller21. This is an amazing podcast. So I wanted to listen to a few podcast episodes before I wrote a review. I like to research and experience enough to feel informed. After listening to about 5 episodes, I've come to the conclusion that I, in all caps, love this podcast. I really vibe with everything George is saying. I'm an early business owner, and he talks about gems, people, serious nuggets. Thank you, eRoller, and thank you to everybody who left me a review. I'm going to randomly start selecting a review on shows and sending you gifts. I'm just going to start sending you surprises because you took the time to leave a review. So for those of you listening that haven't left a review, I am totally ethically bribing you. But why not? You listen anyway, so we might as well party. So now, let's get back to this concept. So I'm going to tell you a story, and I don't understand why this works so well, or people think it's so shocking that I do this. So marketing, right? What is marketing? Marketing is having something that you want the world to know about and then doing everything in your power for them to know about it, right? And I think one of the crutches that has been created is the internet. I watch people think their entire life and business success boils down to the internet. It boils down to social media. Oh, if I don't have Facebook followers, I don't have Instagram followers, I'm just going to post. There is so much more to the world than just the internet. Like, you know that there's people outside, right? There's restaurants, there's coffee shops, there's people on airplanes. You have to utilize it. So here's what I do. I unapologetically talk about this podcast. I love what I do. I feel like I pour every ounce of myself into this thing. And so every day when I travel, I go to coffee shops. I have conversations. They ask me what I do. I ask what they do. I ask what they're interested in. And every single time, I promote the podcast. I was just in Boston for 6 days. I single-handedly got 25 new podcast subscribers one-to-one and 20 Instagram followers because I just met people and I asked them questions and I asked if they had challenges and then I inserted myself as a solution, right? People are like, no, yeah, yes, go sell yourself. Like every opportunity in front of you is an opportunity to grow. There is no business growth by being passive. You look at the most successful people in the world and they seize every opportunity or they create the opportunities that they need to get momentum. They don't build it and wait. They build it and put you on it. And you have to start doing that. You have to insert yourself into conversations. Everyone's like, oh yeah, George, whatever. Cool. I fly all the time. I have done more business, like I mean closed more revenue from airplanes than any other medium. I've closed over 7 figures from sitting next to people on airplanes, striking up a conversation, and then eventually leading to a call and supporting them over time because I just had the confidence, maybe the belief, or maybe the fact that I was like, I want to grow this thing and I want to help everybody, and I said it. And I literally have got to work with NBA teams, multi-billion-dollar businesses because I just got sat next to that person. And so what I look at is I look at every single person that comes into my day, every barista, every dry cleaner, the waiters at the restaurants, people that come in, my neighbors, and I unapologetically talk about what I do. I love what I do, and I will never fucking apologize for it. I will be doing this for the rest of my life, helping people unlock their potential, turn up their volume knob, be in alignment, be happy, like scale their businesses. And I own it and I embody it. And I am not sorry for that. But I am also not under the impression that I'm going to sit here and do this podcast and everybody in the world, all 7 billion people, can be like, George is so amazing. Let's go listen to him. No, I literally get reviews of this show one-on-one. I get customers one-on-one. I sell event tickets one-on-one. I sell consulting clients one-on-one. And even when I have thousands of people, I still do it one-on-one because you will never, ever find anything more valuable than relationships, but it's going to require that you build it and go find them, that you go out into the world, you find the people, and you insert yourself as somebody who can help. It's not transactional. I don't recommend it to people that don't listen. I don't recommend it to people if they don't want to listen. And I always tell them, hey, like, just give it a shot. And if you need anything, shoot me a message. Some of them don't. That's completely fine. But I would rather shoot my shot and miss than never take a shot. And so the point of this show is for you to listen to it and then spend every waking moment of every single day that you have free unapologetically promoting yourself. Your marketing won't work if you don't market yourself. No Facebook ad, no social media, and nobody else is going to send you traffic if you don't own yourself and own your media. Nobody's going to send people to you, your product, or your service if you are not overly confident and love what you have and what you do. You have to build it and then you have to sell it. You have to bring people home and get them to the promised land. And there are so many applications to this, but I'm giving you the high level ones right now. So for example, I have people all the time that come to me that they want to start a business, right? I want to make money online. I'm in my job. I need to generate revenue. And they all come to me the same way. I bought this platform. I have this membership site I want to build. I have this product I want to build. I spent 3 months outlining this, and I tell them to do one thing. I tell them to delete all of it. All of it. And then I ask them one simple question. I was like, who do you want to help? And then they tell me who you want to help. And I was like, how can you help them? And they say, well, I can help them like this. I said, okay, cool. How long would it take for you to help them? And they're like, well, it might take like 6 hours total. I'm like, awesome. I was like, what tools do you have that can help them? And they're like, this one. I'm like, cool. I was like, where do these people hang out? And they tell me, Facebook groups, or I have them here. I'm like, awesome. I was like, 6 hours. What's a reasonable hourly rate that you want to use? And they're like $150. And I'm like, amazing. That's $900. And I was like, so let's say you can go find person A who you can help go from B to C, and you can do it over 6 weeks with an hour video a week for $900. And they're like, yeah, I'd love that. I'm like, cool, go find them. I'm like, well, what do I build? I'm like, nothing. Go find them. And they're like, what do I do? I'm like, collect their money through PayPal. Have them give you cash. Have them write you a check. And then literally start it today. And then build it. And you have George sign up and you tell me, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to help you. So you get on Zoom with me and you coach me and you give me what to do. And then you record the call. And then the next one and the next one. And then you go find me another one. And then you either get on a call with them or you give them the recording of the previous call. You have to earn the right to complicate your business. You have to earn the right to hide behind the scenes and add systems and membership sites and blah. Membership sites don't get results. PDFs do not get results. Video courses do not get results. You meeting them where they are and getting them into a momentum, into a win, or into a step forward will get them results. And your job is to do that in the least complicated way possible. Minimum viable product is basically maximum effectiveness without distraction. And so people spend all their time doing the wrong things, right? Perfect example. I'll give you another one. I have entrepreneurs all the time like, hey, I've been sacrificing my health for I've been sacrificing my health for the last 3 years. I built my business. I want to be healthy. What do I do? And they're like, here's my plan. This is what I was looking at for workouts. And I was like, how long have you been planning this? And they're like, 5 weeks. I'm like, great. Delete all of it. And they're like, then do what? I'm like, go drink 16 ounces of water and go for a fucking 20-minute walk. And I was like, go for a 20-minute walk every morning for the next 30 days. The end. And then as you go and you get into momentum, you're like, oh, I want to add strength training. Oh, I want to add push-ups. But none of it comes unless you take action. And it all comes down to the same concept. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to give it to you. No one's coming to build it for you. You have to build it, and then you have to go sell it. You have to market yourself. You have to be in action. Success is an action. It's not passive. The law of attraction is an action, not passive. Get clear on what you want. Get clear on what you do. In every area of your life, your family, your finances, your business, your health, your friendships, and start taking action towards them. This is what I help entrepreneurs do. And it's hilarious because it's magic. They come into our mastermind and they're like, George, I'm having $3,000 months, $3,000 months. I'm having $5,000 months. I'm having $10,000 months, and all the way up to I'm having $1 million months, but I can't break through. I can't break through. What do I do? Do you think I give them strategies and tactics? No, you have to earn those. I give them simplistic needle movers. And every single time, and I mean every single time, without fail, the commitment to the things that you can control, not the sexy things, not the things that get Instagram likes, the things that nobody wants to do, but are required to succeed, to put in the work, get prioritized and held accountable for 30 days, and somehow magically, without a strategy, a tactic, a copywriter, an ad, their business is 5x or 10x or 20x because they're not sitting there waiting. They get clarity, they move forward, and they go do it. Whether that's selling themselves or marketing themselves or finding the right people to bring to the field that they already did, it always works because they didn't sit there and wait for somebody to come save them. Your job, if you tell me you're a marketer, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, or you have a product, a service, a course, or anything that helps people, and you want to have 1 to 1 billion customers or beyond, you have a moral responsibility to know who it is, to go out, to get their attention, to then fulfill on what they want, and then deliver what they need. And that is the way to stop Kevin Costner from absolutely destroying your business. And so my ask for you as I wrap this episode, and I'm like spitting passion and I'm covered in sweat right now, is I want you to think about one thing that you have built or that you have or that you want to do that you have and then you let sit stagnant. And I want you to go find attention for it right now. Facebook messages, send emails, send text messages, do guerrilla marketing, go door to door. If you have a podcast, today, go find 10 new subscribers however you can. If you have an offer, go find 3 new customers. If you have an idea, find 5 people you can take through it who will give you feedback that you can build an offer around. If you have a new product, go sell it. If you need a new employee, go find them. But no one's coming to do it for you. You're the only one who can do it. And this is me swallowing my own pill because I basically record podcasts to kick myself in the shins to get into action. We all have to prioritize this. It's important for all of us, and it's important for you to do as well. And so don't let Kevin Costner destroy your business because the field of dreams is bullshit. If you build it, they will not come. Your job is to build it. Go find them, put them on the field, get them to play the game. They might bring their friends, but you get them one by one by one. Because any business you look up to, any mentor you look up to, any successful person that you idolize didn't get there because one day they woke up and 1 million people found them. It's one by one by one by one by staying committed and doing the work that nobody sees that creates the results, which is why it's not replicatable when you're just looking at the outside of the package. So trust me on this one. It's what's going to move the needle, and it's what's going to work. So I absolutely love you. Have an absolutely beautiful day. And if you want, and I think you should, send me a DM on Instagram and tell me what that thing is you're going to do. Tell me how you're going to get attention. Tell me that thing if you want me to hold you accountable. You know how to get a hold of me on Instagram. It's George Bryant. Send this episode to your friends. Tell your friends about it. Hey, I'll tell you again. Go find 5 new people to listen to the show. Either way, I'm going to send you prizes and rewards because I want to be like the Oprah of podcasting. And so let's go. Let's put this into action. Go build your field. Go sell your field. Go get the attention. And don't let Kevin Costner destroy your business because he's a really great dude in at least the shows and movies that I like. But either way, I'm going to wrap today's episode. I absolutely love you all. Remember that relationships will always beat algorithms. So I'll either see you in the next episode or you will hear me in your earballs. But either way, it's time to cue the outro. Let's go.